And thus, it is Halloween. I'm not doing anything for Halloween. I haven't celebrated Halloween in years. I am going to get ready for work, because that's what I'm doing this Halloween. Gotta grab my daily socks and put them on, because that's what a guy who works does. Ba-do-do. Right as I walked out the door, leaving for work, my dad walked in. He, literally ran into me, and that was probably the scariest thing to ever happen to me on Halloween ever, just because I did not see him at all. I just opened a door and boom, there he was. It was like the Halloween movies or something. My father, Michael Myers. Is that today's video title? Anyways, the goal of today's Halloween shift is survive. I've come to notice that a lot of people don't really like it when someone doesn't celebrate Halloween. It's really weird. A lot of my friends give me shit because I don't really celebrate Halloween anymore. I haven't since I was in high school. The more I think about the holiday, the less interested I am in it. When I was a little kid, I used to get really into Halloween. I'd buy my costume like a month, sometimes 2 months in advance. I never wore the same costume twice. And even though I haven't really celebrated Halloween in quite a while, this is the first year I've just not dressed up. I've also always had a lot of conflicting feelings about the holiday. My mother was a very conservative Christian woman and wanted me to be raised religiously. When I was a kid, she used to tell me I was going to be a pastor when I grew up. This is all really hilarious when you remember that I'm an atheist. But I was never really allowed to celebrate Halloween like a normal person is. On a complete different side note, I'll get back to my story in a second. A guy just went across the crosswalk that I'm stopped at right now, pushing a stroller while he was wearing rollerblades and texting, covered in full-body tribal tattoos. Rock on, man. As I was saying, I used to go to Christian school when I was a kid. I've mentioned this in vlogs in the past, but I went to Christian school through 6th grade. So anyways, I remember very clearly on Halloween when I was in 5th grade, we had a chapel that day, and a pastor, who happened to be friends with my mom, was the guest speaker of that chapel. We had guest speakers pretty regularly. They were just pastors from local churches usually. But I remember he asked the students something to the effect of, why do we celebrate Halloween? And I was a very outspoken young student, and I raised my hand and he called on me and I said, because it's fun. I remember this very clearly. He glared at me. I was 11 years old and this 50-year-old man glared at me for saying Halloween was fun. And he looked at me, his beady little eyes piercing into my core, and he asked, why is Halloween fun? And I remember the look in his eyes was so terrifying, I stuttered, and I never stutter. I rarely stutter. I'll stumble over my words, but I never stutter. I said something like, because you get to dress up and eat candy. I was 11 years old, and then he went into his sermon about how Halloween is evil, and it commemorates the devil, and it's based on practices of witchcraft, and I never really felt comfortable celebrating the holiday after that. I never forgot it. That stare he had is forever burned into me, and I'm not just saying that because I want to make this a spooky Halloween video. No, that imagery has not left me in the 11 years since it happened. Wow, that was a fun Halloween story about childhood trauma. Glad I could share that with you guys. Oh God, sunlight. Alright, I got out of work not too long ago, and there's absolutely no food in the house. So I'm taking a walk downtown to grab a delicious all-beef American hot dog from Footers. I keep forgetting it's Halloween, and I just saw my neighbor walk out of his house dressed as the Joker. And I was very confused and also incredibly scared. I don't take walks often enough. Turlock is a pretty spread out town, but there's certain parts of it that are very, very walkable. Kind of a shame I don't get out more, despite certain qualms I have with the city, like how far away uptown is from downtown, and the obvious disagreements among members of different city organizations. It is a cool town, just not my town. I like it here, but it doesn't feel like my home. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm going to Footers which is a local landmark in Turlock, and they do make damn good hot dogs. Apparently, this is the spiritual center of the entire city. Never really noticed that before. Then again, like I said, I don't often go for walks. It's really weird to think that like all these streets in like 2 hours are going to be packed with little kids in costumes. There's some kitties. There's some kitties over there. I saw a black cat on Halloween. Is that good luck or bad luck? Maybe I was wrong about the streets being filled up with kids in a couple hours, because I was going to film the inside of that hot dog shop because it's really cool, but there's nothing but kids in costumes in there. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. It's really, really surreal to see a whole bunch of little children running around in superhero costumes. Also, in the 15 minutes I took this walk, I've seen 2 Jokers. There's gotta be an end to the Joker costumes. I was a huge fan of The Dark Knight. I never once went as the Joker. Definitely thought about it though. But I was 16. These are grown-ass people. I saw that kitty again. Is that like double the bad or good luck? I don't know. How does superstition work? As soon as I pass this house right up here, 2 dogs are gonna start barking. Just wait. Called it. It's another kitty. Another black kitty. I wonder if I'm like attracting them or something. That lady almost ran me over. Pedestrian has the right of way in the state of California. If she hit me, I could have sued her for $1 million. So, moral of the story, kids, if you're in a crosswalk in California, and you see a car coming, jump in front of it. You'll make $1 million. Look at all them trees. That's so nice. All them nice trees. You would never know that it is Halloween based on the color of the leaves. Most people still think it's like August in these vlogs. Too cold to not wear a sweater, and too hot to wear a sweater. The answer? Suffer. Now the reason they call this place Footers, hot dogs the size of your head, literally a foot long. Killing the game. And now, the greatest hot dog of all time. The Texas Tuber. Not only is it the size of Texas, but it's an all-beef dog featuring barbecue sauce. Rawhide. So we're reaching that point in the night where the trick-or-treaters are starting to show up, and we did not prepare, so I made this. I just lied and said we ran out of candy because I don't want to be a total asshole. Dad, I just had the realization that there is a very high possibility our cars could get egged tonight.
Very possible. It is Halloween.
Father has given me the gift of steak. So Natalie just got back from trick-or-treating, and she decided to give me some candy, which is very thoughtful of her, but the first thing she gave me was the fruit snacks we already have. We have an entire box of these!
I did the walking!
Natalie, we literally have a box! A Costco box!
Do you like Reese's?
I do like Reese's. My sister has been singing in the shower for almost 20 minutes. She started out with the Frozen catalog and has now moved on to The Little Mermaid. It is 11:35 on Halloween. It is still Halloween. I just saw the first Christmas commercial of the year on TV. It is still Halloween. This is not how I wanted to end vlog number 100. Anyways, hey, check it out. 100 vlogs. Special thanks to those who have been with me since the beginning. And special thanks to those who will be with me to the end. Thanks, guys. Here's to 100 more. Good night.